It is very late tonight, but I regardless want to discuss my Week 5 college football hot takes with you all. I have some of them, mainly about, actually all of them, about top 25 matchups. I'm going to try and do this instead of doing game previews. I'm trying to get a schedule going where I'm making a Michigan video, an Ohio State video, all that said and done a week. This, I think, is something I like. It's enjoyable for me, and even if it doesn't get, great amount of views or attention, I think it's great because this is bold, uncontrolled prediction is what this is. So let's get right into it. I'm going to start off with Arkansas and Georgia, going from the noon games to the night games. My prediction here is that UGA cooks the Hogs. You know what's going to be on the dinner menu tomorrow for the Dogs? It's going to be pulled pork. Georgia, I fully expect to win by 3, 4, maybe even go extreme 5 touchdowns. Arkansas, definitely a top 25 team. I do not know about top 10. I do not like the top 10 ranking. I just don't. I have them just outside the top 10 because I do think it is possible for them to play close to Georgia. But my bold prediction, what my gut and brain tells me is Georgia is going to enter this game. They're going to enter focused, eat with or without JT Daniels, who could possibly not play tomorrow. I heard he's dealing with a potential lat injury, and he is listed as questionable by ESPN. Nonetheless, even with the mailman, I fully expect Georgia to win by 3, 4, 5 touchdowns. Michigan and Wisconsin is another one of these. It's not a blowout, but it's more so the fact that Michigan will finally get their first road underdog win under Jim Harbaugh. You may be thinking, well, what has Harbaugh done? And the short answer is nothing. He hasn't done anything. And there should not be an award for this win, is my point. Wisconsin has one of the most inept offenses I have seen. How do you throw 2 pick sixes against Notre Dame? The defense that almost let Florida State beat them. Come on, guys. I get why people are picking Wisconsin to win, but people are only picking Wisconsin to win because A, they don't like Michigan, or B, they think Michigan's going to disappoint. No one is picking Wisconsin because they have faith in Wisconsin. No one has faith in the Badgers. Graham Mertz throws a pick or two. As I heard a radio host speak, that crowd could turn against Wisconsin. Very thin ice is what Wisconsin is playing on. Michigan's playing on some thin ice, but Michigan's 4-0 and in the top 15. Wisconsin's 1-2 and has one of the worst offenses I've ever seen. Their O-line and quarterback are bad by even Wisconsin standards. That's saying a lot for the O-line, not saying much. Well, it's not saying much for the O-line. It's saying a lot for the QB. Graham Mertz, 1 touchdown, 6 interceptions. I fully expect Michigan to get anywhere from 1 to 3 turnovers, and I think they win by double digits and wear down Wisconsin's defense, get over 100 rushing yards, probably over 150 rushing yards, 150 passing yards, over 300 total yards at some point. It's going to get ugly. Cincinnati and Notre Dame. My bold prediction might not even be bold anymore because Cincinnati is favored. But what it was is that Cincinnati would win this game and that they would show that Notre Dame is overrated in a certain sense. It's still going to be a good win. It's at Notre Dame Stadium. But I think Cincinnati will put in this mood to Notre Dame and during that game that they control every aspect of the game. I fully expect them to pick off Jack Cohn once or twice, and I expect them to hold Notre Dame definitely to under their average points per game. I expect Cincinnati to hold Notre Dame to anywhere between 2 touchdowns and a field goal, or just 2 touchdowns to 4 touchdowns. I don't see Notre Dame breaking 30 points here. Just don't see it. And even if they do, still think Cincinnati wins this game. Next bold prediction is Stanford and Oregon. Oregon is a team that had to pull away late against Arizona, had to pull away late against Fresno State, held on against Ohio State after getting an early lead. They also are the same team that I think for a while against Stony Brook, they did have some problems originally scoring. They were only up 17-7 at half to the FCS team. And that's not the biggest deal. But my point is, in my mind, I look at Oregon and I still don't believe they're a playoff team. And this game will be the test of that. I think Stanford proves that Oregon is not a playoff team. That is my bold prediction. Oregon's only favored by 8. I think Stanford covers. And I think Stanford wins. And you may be thinking, that is absolutely crazy. Why would you pick it? And my only answer is, it's gut feeling. It's absolutely gut feeling. I have nothing else to say. It is gut. It's pure gut feeling, plus the fact that Stanford does luckily have the home field advantage here. That's my prediction. And next up, we do have, the famous Kansas State versus Oklahoma ordeal. And this game here, I'm just going to straight up say that Kansas State wins in the third time in a row. With how Oklahoma is playing, they're still top 10. They're favored by double digits. As I say to teams that aren't playing well and that are struggling, the media and everyone is just feeding them the Kool-Aid through the veins. You have that IV tube stuck in their forearms, feeding them Kool-Aid. It's not going to work. And if Oklahoma ends up beating Kansas State, then congratulations. Oklahoma will probably be a team that might struggle, but they will probably reach the playoff. I think Kansas State does win this game, though, even without their quarterback, Skylar Thompson. Deuce Vaughn will have an amazing game, and along with Kansas State backup quarterback Will Howard. Will Howard will have just good enough of a game to get his team the win. And the next one, and perhaps the second to last. One more bold prediction after this. Indiana and Penn State. Indiana and Penn State, I'm just going to straight up say it. Indiana's going to keep this game within 10 points. Penn State will not win by double digits. 28-21, 35-28, 34-28, something along those lines. Penn State will win. Penn State's the better team. They can actually throw without, throwing the ball away to the other team. Penix has really struggled with that this year. Unlike Penn State, Indiana seems to have a slightly easier time running the football, in all honesty with you, for what the talent they have and all that. Penn State's offensive line hasn't looked that good. They seem to be one-dimensional in a certain sense, with efficiency at least. And I think Tom Allen and that Indiana defense, which hasn't looked too good this year so far, will capitalize on that. It's my prediction. Boston College and Clemson, this is the final hot take. And the hot take is that Boston College wins this game. Clemson is another team, though they've actually lost 2 games, that is being fed Kool-Aid. I mean, a 14.5 point spread. When they only beat Georgia Tech by 6, and they lost to NC State by 6, and they lost to Georgia by 7. Like, come on, man. Come on. That makes me sick looking at that. 14.5 points. Do you seriously think that people are that... You know what it probably is? It's probably looking at this line. It's probably that people have faith that Clemson's going to come back in their own stadium, which, again, hot take. They're not. Boston College, they're going to take the reins. Just saying how it is. It's going to be them and NC State after this week that are going to take the reins. Is what it is. That's my hot takes for week 5. If you like them, comment below, and if you don't, and even regardless of your opinion, comment down below and tell me your thoughts. I'm curious to see what you guys have to say. Give me a like and hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you can get more of my videos and also join this awesome community. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you around.